Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is going to be a bad one, I think. I don't know how long it'll take. I've just come out to reset the thermostat like I do for the daytime, take it up to sort of 18 from 15, and it was actually 5.9 degrees out here. For some reason or other, the heater and the fan hadn't kicked on overnight. I basically pulled the plug out and pushed it back in and everything came on again. So I don't know whether that's just a dry joint or something. I mean, it's got up to 10 now. So I mean the heater's doing its job, and I've left the door open, so obviously there's loads of heat piling out from the house as well. But 5 degrees is not funny out here. There's an awful lot of things. I mean, it's watering day today, so luckily the pots are actually dry. But 5 degrees, and I don't know for how long. It was a cold night last night. We did have a frost, so I don't know what sort of damage has been done. The things that would worry me are things like the Latorias, notoriously sensitive to cool temperatures. The Dendrobiums, I'm sure, will be fine. But, there is stuff out here that's not going to be happy with that at all, even though it was for a short time. So I will just have to wait and see. I mean, it's coming up now. I was in such a panic to get this to fire up. I left it at 17.5 instead of its normal 18. But why that didn't kick on, I really don't know. So that's a trifle worrying as well. That fan is not going round as fast as it should be. I can see the blades. They should be going round faster than that. So if there's some resistance or something in that fan, that could be causing a problem. So I can look into that. I mean, if I turn this one on, this one's on manual. You can see that one goes round a fair bit faster. So anyway, we don't want a draft, do we? It's the last thing we flipping want. I mean, the temperature's coming up slowly but surely now, but that was cold. 5 degrees. I remember last winter I got worried when, I had a problem when it went down to 8. But that could have been down at 5 degrees for some considerable time. And I've been in the house this morning. I hadn't noticed that the heater wasn't kicking on and off like it would normally do. I just didn't notice the silence, basically. But I will have to look into it. Just a matter of going over the electrics. I mean, you can get a dry joint in a plug where, when you push a plug into a socket, things move. And they can just, it's just called a dry joint. And it just needs moving again. So a simple thing like unplugging it and plugging it back in can just kick it back on again, which is what's just happened. But that's a trifle worrying. I mean, things like the Orangus are not going to like temperatures that cold. As I said, luckily everything is dry. Everything's due to be watered today. Things like my Psychopsis. There's quite a few things in here that are up the warmer end of intermediate, bordering on, actually going into the warm section. They're not going to be happy at flipping 5 degrees, are they? Well, just under 6. Oh, I shall have to just wait and see. The trouble is that sort of cold damage can take a while to show. A plant can take sort of several weeks before it just, the leaves start going yellow and things like that, where the damage is, it's at cellular level, and it takes a while for it to show. In dramatic circumstances, the leaves go within a day, but I'll just have to wait and see. That's not like I forgot it, like I have done in the past. That's just a malfunction. We're up to 13 now, so we're getting there. But, as I said, once I get the temperature up in here, then I think I'll just take that plug to bits and check the wiring in there, make sure everything's secure, and plug it back in again. I'll have to wait and see. These fans are not ideal. These are household fans. They're not supposed to be in a humid atmosphere like this. Also, they are supposed to run upright. Their stand would be flat on the floor, and mine are all, this one's over at an obscure angle, this one's leaning forward, so they're not upright. So the bearings and everything in the fans are not running the way they were designed to do. So I don't expect them to last a huge amount of time. But I was looking at the sort of heating units that Lynn uses, and I'm not spending that amount of money to move some air around. I'd rather replace this every 6 months. Anyway, mistake? Not really. Just a malfunction. This sort of stuff happens. It's funny, I just said in my jobs for the month, you know, make sure your heaters and everything are fully functional. Don't get any failures, especially on a cold night. Oh well, all I can do is let it go. Now I've got that sorted, I can go and get dressed and come down and start some watering. And check out that plug. Anyway, see you next time. These things happen.